Shmuel, Aleph, Perek Daled. In order to understand the Nevuot of Yirmiyahu, both in Perek Zayin and Perek Vav, concerning how the Beit HaMikdash will become like Shiloh, we have to study a little bit what happened to Shiloh. Now, in reality, it's kind of mysterious what happened, because there is no account of the destruction of Shiloh directly in Nach. However, we do have an account of the last time that the Aron Habrit, the Ark of the Covenant, was in Shiloh, how the Aron was taken from Shiloh, and later when the Aron was returned, it was returned not to Shiloh but to somewhere else, in which case that's an indication of the fact that Shiloh, during this time period, was in fact destroyed. And from this, I think we can get a big insight into what Yirmiyahu is telling the people during his time as well. So we're going to study this just a little bit. And this is from the story of Shmuel and the fight of Bnei Yisrael at that time with the Philistines, with the Plishtim. Vahi devar Shmuel l'kol Yisrael. Shmuel spoke to Israel. Vayetze l'Yisrael l'krat Plishtim l'milchama, vayachanu al even ha'ezer, u'Plishtim chanu ba'afik, and the Jews are encamping against, the Israelites are encamping against the Plishtim. Vayarku Plishtim l'krat Yisrael, vaytitos milchama, vayinagif Yisrael l'pnei Plishtim. And what's happening is Bnei Yisrael are losing to the Philistines in the war. Vayakub ma'aracha b'sadeh ka'arbat alafim ish, and 4,000 men of the Israelites are dying. So the Jews are losing in the war against the Plishtim, and they want to do something about it. Vayavo ha'am el machaneh. So the nation comes to the camp. Vayomer ziknei Yisrael, and the elders say, Lama nagafnu Hashem hayom lifnei Plishtim. Why did Hashem smite us today? Nicha Elena Mishilo. At Aron Brit Hashem. Let's go from Shiloh and let's take the Ark of the Covenant. V'yarbo b'kirbeinu, v'yoshienu mikaf oivenu. And it's going to come amongst us and it will save us from our enemies. Now note here, and this is the key problem at this time. They say, Nicha Elena Mishilo at Aron Hashem, v'yarbo b'kirbeinu, v'yoshienu mikaf oivenu. In other words, if we take the Ark, somehow we'll be saved from our enemies. So they're taking the Ark, the Aron, and they're saying that the Aron has this power to save them from battle. And if you think about it, it's very similar to what Yirmiyahu was speaking out against as well, because what was the problem at the time of Yirmiyahu? That they were taking the house of God, the Heichal Hashem, and they were saying, Heichal Hashem, Heichal Hashem, Heichal Hashem, it's the house of the Lord, it's the house of the Lord, it's the house of the Lord. And therefore, because of this, they thought that as long as they had the house of Hashem, nothing could go wrong. They made the Beit HaMikdash into an avodah zarah, into an idol. And likewise here, they're treating the Ark of the Covenant like it's an idol. It's kind of like, and we're going to talk about this a little later, that the image of the Ark of the Covenant from Indiana Jones, which is not necessarily true. That the Ark had this crazy power, and it could kill people and destroy people. So this is the image that they have here. V'yishlach ha'am Shiloh. They go to Shiloh, where the Mishkan is. V'yisu misham et Aron Brit Hashem tzvaot Yoshev HaKruvim. They take from there the Aron Hashem, which is sitting on the Kruvim. V'sham b'shinei b'nei Eli im Aron Brit Elokim Chafni uPinchas. There are two sons of Eli, Eli with the Kohen Gadol. The two sons were there by the Ark of the Covenant of Hashem, Chafni and Pinchas. Vayihi kivo, and they allow this to happen. They allow them to take the Ark. So we see that's why they're going to be taken to task. But we see also this attitude that the Ark is somehow going to save them. The Ark itself becomes an idol. Vayihi kivo Aron Brit Hashem al machaneh. And when the Ark comes to the camp, Vayiriu kol Yisrael Trua Gedolah, Vatayom ha'aret, they all sound the great Trua, and the land shakes. So they're trying to really mimic the situation with the Ark of the Covenant at the time of Yoshua, when they had the Ark, and they blew the Trua, and they surrounded Yericho, and Yericho fell. But there's one problem. At the time of Yoshua, they were commanded by Hashem to do this. Here, it's the Zakanim who are saying to do this against any commandment of Hashem. The Philistines hear the town of the Trua, And then they say, what did this tour that we hear in the camp of the Hebrews? They knew the ark had come. They were very scared. They also obviously associate it like an idolater would associate it, that the ark means that God has come. Now, to us, that's pretty silly, because Hashem is everywhere. So you bring the ark and God arrives. It's not really a Jewish concept. It's really an idolatrous concept. The Philistine say, woe to us. Who will save us? From Hashem, this mighty God. This is the God who smote the Egyptians in the desert. Sounds like the Philistines are afraid a lot, but it's really an idolatrous fear. And then they say, let's strengthen ourselves to Plishtim. Lest that we will become enslaved to the Ivrim like they were enslaved. Let's be men. So the Philistines gather themselves, they strengthen themselves, and they are able to smite Israel, and Israel runs away. It was a great massacre. 30,000 of the Israelites died. The ark couldn't help them. The ark actually taking it hurt them. The ark and the two sons of Eli who were carrying the ark, Chafni and Pinchas die, and the ark is taken away. So we see that the ark has been taken away. And just to skip down a little bit, Eli is the Kohen Gadol, and when Eli hears what happens, the announcer comes to Eli, who's in the Mishkan, sitting on his throne, with the ark gone, and he says, Yisrael has run away. There was a great massacre. And your two sons, Chafni and Pinchas, have died. And the ark of Hashem has been taken away. And when he hears that the ark of Hashem has been taken away, he falls backwards on his chair, and his neck broke, and Eli died. Because he was old and frail and heavy, and he had ruled Israel for 40 years. So we see here, just to go through this, that what had happened, Bnei Israel treated the ark like it was an idol. That as long as we have the ark, we cannot lose. And Hashem, obviously, punished them for that. And they did lose. And not only that, but the two Kohanim who were with the ark, Chafni and Pinchas, died. And not only that, but the Kohen Gadol Eli, he dies as well as a result of this incident as well. So we see here, just to go through, and we'll connect it in a moment, point. So there's going to be traveling of the ark. The ark is going to first travel from Shiloh to one location, Ebenezer, that was where it was captured. Then it's going to go to a temple of Dagon, but the Plishtim, and there a lot of Philistines are going to be hurt, and they're going to be punished because of the ark. So it's going to travel, and finally it's going to be brought back to Kiryat Yarim, where it stays until the time of David HaMelech. But note, it never returned to Shiloh. And so presumably this incident, where the ark was captured because the Jews treated the ark as an idol, ultimately winds up being the incident that causes Shiloh to be destroyed as well. We don't hear from Shiloh ever again in the Tanakh. And really what you see is that the people treated the ark, and this is actually an image from Bears of the Lost Ark, where the image is that the ark is suddenly this great holy thing of Hashem, and everyone dies in battle from the ark. But really, that's a very idolatrous image. That's not a Jewish idea. Even though it says, "Vayihi b'tzar Aaron, vayom Moshe kuma Hashem vayifutzu oivecha v'yanusu misanecha mipnecha." When they open the Aron, Moshe says that all the enemies are going to run away. But the reality is, it's not the ark that gives Bnei Yisrael power. It's the fact that Bnei Yisrael follows within the ark, the Torah and the Luchot, that give them power. When they follow the Torah and they follow the Luchot, they have power. But when they make the ark into a graven image, into an idol, that they think is the source of the strength, then they will be destroyed. As we saw, the ark was captured and destroyed, and this is the message Yirmiyahu is trying to tell them as well, that you can even make the Beit HaMikdash into an idol, if you think that's the source of Hashem's power. Rather, what's the source of Hashem's power? As Yirmiyahu says, Heitiv teituv darchechem at ma'alechem, himasu ta'asu mishpat ben ish ben re'eu. You have to strengthen your ways. You have to do mishpat. You have to do justice. Ger yatom v'amana lo ta'ashku. Don't oppress the convert and the orphan and the widow. V'dav naki al tishbechu b'makom hazeh, and don't spill innocent blood. V'acharei Elohim acharim lo telichu, and don't follow idols. The ra'alachem, to be bad for you. V'shachati itchem b'makom hazeh. That's when God dwells in this place. But God doesn't dwell in this place. I'm sorry. God really dwells in you through this place. If you treat the Torah as the source, and you follow Hashem and His mitzvot, then the place itself becomes a place that will imbue you with holiness. But if you think that the Beit Hashem, or the Ark of Hashem, the Aron Brit Hashem, are the source of the power, then Hashem will just take them away.